Let's begin this class with an incident. Some years ago, after the board exam, a student of mine came to me and said, "Ma'am, my exam didn't go well. There was this unseen passage, and I read it once, in fact, twice, but I couldn't understand it much. So it turned out that out of 20, she had actually left, some 14 marks out because she couldn't understand it." Unseen passages, comprehension, still remains for many students a thing of terror. Why? Because they think it is going to be very tough. It is something they have not read, they don't have any idea about. And if it is about something that is not their genre, like it's a sports article and the person who's reading it is not interested in sports, they get scared. If it is on the launch of a space vehicle, then any normal student who is not acquainted with those words gets scared. They often try to skip that. Students, let's face the facts, students are actually scared of comprehension. Today's class is on exactly that: how to approach and answer properly the unseen passage or comprehensions. Before we go into how to do it, let us understand the meaning of the word comprehension. Comprehension means what? Understanding. It is synonymous to understanding. Comprehend means to make out, to understand, dharana kora, okay, to form an idea about something. So, when you are given an unseen passage, it is going to be something that you have not read before. What to do with it? Always remember, you have to read the passage at least 3 to 4 times. ICSE students often say, "We don't get the time." If you don't, the minimum number of times that you should read is at least 2. But for CBSE, Madhyamik and any other board who have at least 15 to 20 minutes to do this thing, read it minimum of 3 times, maximum 4 to 5. Now, first time when you read it slowly. Next time, a little faster, and then you will find that later on you will become really fast. Why am I telling you to read it multiple times? Because no matter how hard that piece is, with multiple reading, you will understand it better. Absolutely true that is. You will understand it better. Now, students often tell me, "Ma'am, I can't read the unseen passage too many times because that will waste my time. There are so many questions, true, false, words to find out. I will not get the time to answer all that." Here is the trick. If you read the passage once and go to answering that question, for each question, for the first question, you will see the question, you will have to look the entire passage up and down to find the answer to that. Second question, you will again read the entire passage up and down. Third question, again up and down. If you have the next, slot of questions which is telling you to find true, false, again, you will be reading up and down and looking for the answer. This is how for each true and false and for so many, complete the sentences and other questions, what are you doing? You are reading the entire piece. But if in the beginning you read it 2 to 3 to 4 times maybe, you will know exactly where you have read that answer. So if you read the unseen passage 3 to 4 times with every true and false, with every, complete the sentence, you will find, you will read the question, oh, this one, I read it in the third paragraph. This one, I read it in the first paragraph. You will find it instantly. That is exactly why I'm telling you, read it at least 3 to 4 times. Next thing, when you are answering the questions, try to answer in your own sentences. But the information should be taken from the passage. Don't go writing something that is not there. All the answer, all the information should be there in the passage. If and only if you cannot construct your own sentences, then only you go copy it from there. But do not leave any answer just because you think you can't answer it. Don't leave anything unanswered. That is for question answers. Let us come to true and false. While doing true and false, students often read the question rapidly. Sometimes it is say that you put tick mark for right answers and a cross for wrong answers, and you put T and F. Don't do that. Read the question properly. Find out what are they wanting. Are they wanting you to write cross and a tick mark, or they are asking you to write entirely true and false, or they are wanting you to write T and F. Sometimes they tell you to make sequence. They have given you the incidents from the passage and they're telling you to put 1, 2, and 3 in order that they appear in the article or your unseen passage. Students mistakenly do what? They write T and F and T and F. Don't do that. Read the question, what they have asked, understand it, and then do it. Now let us come to that kind of question where you are told to complete the sentence. Complete the sentence. Half the sentence is given. So now what you have to do is that you have to find out that sentence. Mostly you people do that, huh? But I have often seen that students find out the sentence and they pick the entire sentence and they write the entire sentence in the blank. Don't do it. Don't do it, beta. You have to make that sentence. Half is given. What you do, you find out the answer and you take the rest of it so that the sentence is a complete, proper sentence with the information. Okay, understood? You have to make a proper sentence with the information from there. That is how to complete the sentence. And don't forget your full stops. It's often for full stops and commas and question marks. You lose marks. Next, let us come to that item which is called cause and effect. You will often get why and what or cause and effect. Now there are two columns in which in some places the cause is given, the effect is missing. At some places the effect is given, but the cause is missing. What do you do first? First, see the cause that is given. If it is in full sentence, you have to write the effect also in full, complete sentence. If the effect is given in a complete sentence, you have to find the cause and write a full sentence. If your effect is given in a full sentence and you write the cause in a half sentence, just information, it won't work. But sometimes, let us come to the next topic. Sometimes you are given to write, give the demanded information. Okay, name of the poet, colon. You have to write only the name. Year he was born, colon. You have to find out that year. Awards that he received, you have to find the award. In that case, you do not have to write full sentences. Okay? So, we are done with question answers. We are done with cause effects. We are done with true false. In case of true false, they sometimes tell you to pick out sentences or phrases from your unseen passage. In that case, remember, if they are telling you to pick out phrases and parts of sentences, then parts of sentences can be used. But whatever you pick or quote from there should be exactly cut off and pasted. Cut paste, as we say, for our online work. You have to write exactly what is there in the passage, quote it exactly like that. You have to put it in the supporting statement or supporting sentence or phrase. Okay, so this is for your true and false. Now let us come to the last thing that bothers you a lot. Okay, the thing that bothers you a lot. that is finding out synonyms or antonyms. বিপরীত শব্দ সমার্থক শব্দ synonyms, same meaning, antonyms means opposite meaning words from the passage. Now this quite often you find very hard how to do it. Do one thing. While reading that unseen passage, take a pencil in your hand and mark the words that are a little strange or a little tough. Okay, you mark the interesting tough or a little strange words that you think might be interesting. Mark those while reading. You know why? Because when you are going to solve the synonyms or antonyms, most often you will find that the words that you have marked are at least 60% of the words that are demanded here. Okay, that happens a lot of the time. Now there is another tip that I can give you. If they have given you a verb, your synonym or your antonym will always be a verb. If they have given a noun, watch out. Which parts of speech is that? If they have given you a noun, the synonym or antonym will be a noun. If they have given an adjective, then your synonym or antonym is going to be an adjective. Okay, so that is exactly how you find it out. Most often students say that, ma'am, we can't understand the passage, so what to do? When you are reading a word and you do not understand the meaning of the word, read that sentence time and again, and the sentences before, and the sentences after that. Often you will find by reading, you can form some idea whether this is a good word and this is a bad word. You will form some idea. That too will help you in finding out your synonyms and antonyms. As for ICC students, they have another thing. They have a précis to make from that. While making précis from an unseen passage, I would say you have to avoid three things: description, explanation, and examples. In तीनों को बाहर फेंको. Don't write any description, explanation, or example. Whatever is left in 50 words you are given to write, you just pick out sentences from there and make them, shorten them, make them short. Try to make your information compact. Whatever is important, you can mark it and make it compact, and you have to write your sentences. Now, while writing your sentences and words inside your box, always keep it in mind that your sentences should be correctly formed. One or two words more won't really matter much. So that is how you solve your unseen passages. Always remember, there's nothing impossible. It might look like it is tough because you're reading it for the first time, and what's even worse is, during the exams you're already a little nervy, you're already a little bit nervous and agitated, and it's a new passage. You feel scared, but it is, there is nothing to feel scared about. If you have a practice at home of reading a lot, I always tell you, read a lot, whatever it is, keep reading a lot. If you have that really healthy habit of reading a lot, nothing will scare you, no matter what. So keep reading, keep doing your unseen passages, and just hold on to it. Don't leave it. Whatever is given, you are good enough. You can solve it. Okay. I hope this video helps. And if you have any more questions about unseen passages, any more tips that you might need, just ping me, comment me, whatever. That's it for today. Stay healthy, stay safe.